Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. Pain in the Grass, man. Oh, what a show this is going to be. 3 big days in the summer. July 30th, Friday, August 2nd, Saturday, August 3rd, all happening at the White River Amphitheater. Gigantic lineup. A lot of bands you know. Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie, Volbeat, Disturbed, Slipknot. You know those bands. Some great local bands you know.
Like Pound and Superfecta.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be so good. What a show. I should say, what a shows.
Shows.
Yeah, lots of shows.
Lots of shows.
Lots of shows. You want tickets to Pain in the Grass? All right. You can get them right now. Go to livenation.com. $2 from each ticket sold, benefiting the Vitology Foundation. They support a lot of great local charities. More info, you know, everything Pain is available at KISW.com.
Let's play B-Mix. It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. B-Mix, don't be a loser. Whoa, B-Mix, you're a loser. It is time to B-Mix. Or maybe we can whack him instead. It's Whackin' Wednesday.
Let me see everybody do their Mr. Wacky then.
All right.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, and Steve's already been whacked once today.
Oh, whack him in the face.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, that's a little aggressive there.
Well, it needs to happen.
All right, then. Well, let's see if our contestant can do so. We got Aaron in Shelton to take him on. Aaron, are you there?
Yes.
Excellent. What's he playing for today, Steve?
Tickets to hang out with the WWE for not just one night, but 2 nights.
2 nights!
You got Tacoma Dome on June 23rd for their big pay-per-view that's being called WWE Stomping Grounds.
Stomping Grounds.
And then the next night, Monday Night Raw in Everett at the Angel of the Winds Arena on June 24th. If you want information, tickets, and all that good stuff, go to KISW.com. And tickets go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m.
All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Aaron will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Aaron, you can pass all you want, but you will only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes.
What is Kaylee Cuoco's character's name on the TV show The Big Bang Theory?
Penny.
Yes. What year of the early 2000s did the movie 8 Mile come out?
2001, 2002, 2003.
2002, yes. Who played the title character in the movie Bad Santa?
Billy Bob Thornton.
Yes. Which game show is the longest running in the U.S.?
Jeopardy.
No.
Price is Right.
Yes.
Nice.
Who owns the New England Patriots?
Pass.
Which cheese is known for its holes?
Swiss cheese.
Yes. In pool, what color is the 8 ball?
Black.
Yes. Which present-day U.S. state did Ponce de Leon explore?
Pass.
How many red squares are there on a standard checkerboard?
20.
No.
22.
No.
24.
No. What is the capital of Guatemala?
Pass.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Correct.
Not too bad. By the way, I do like how you went from the the Patriots owner question to the cheese question.
Oh, I didn't even do that on purpose. I mean, I totally did that on purpose, so I'm glad you noticed that.
Yeah, nice.
Wow, that's actually, that's pretty good.
Not too bad, huh?
Yeah.
Let's see if Steve gets it.
I don't think he will.
He won't get nothing.
Yeah, like I did it on purpose or something.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yes!
Yes.
Yes! Yes!
What is Kaylee Cuoco's character's name on the TV show The Big Bang Theory?
Penny. Penny.
Yes. What year of the early 2000s did the movie 8 Mile come out? What year of the early 2000s?
2002.
Yes. Who played the title character in the movie Bad Santa?
Billy Bob Thornton.
Yes.
Dan.
Which game show is the longest running in the U.S.?
Price is Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who owns the New England Patriots?
Crystal at that massage parlor.
Soon, but no.
Robert Kraft.
Yes.
Yeah, buddy.
Which cheese is known for its holes?
Fremunda.
No.
Swiss.
Yes.
Yeah.
In pool, what color is the 8 ball?
Black.
Yes. Which present-day U.S. state did Ponce de Leon explore?
New York.
No.
New Hampshire.
No.
Alaska.
No. How many red squares are there in a standard checkerboard?
Oh, crap. 11?
No.
12?
No.
24.
No. What is the capital of Guatemala?
Guam.
No.
Guatemala City.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Guatemala City.
You win
Finally.
8-6.
Finally.
Sorry, Aaron.
Sorry about that, buddy.
It finally worked.
I know,
And
that's
I
why-
almost didn't do it.
I know.
I was hoping you wouldn't, because usually when it goes to be that answer, you won't go for it.
Right.
And unfortunately, Aaron didn't go that route either. So.
You're sampling the best.
All right. Fine.
Better than all the rest.
I don't know if that's true. He's better than anyone else who played at Beat Migs right now. Named Aaron today. Named Aaron. From Shelton.
Oh, yeah.
Which present-day U.S. state did Ponce de Leon explore?
Well, I think it was Florida.
Yep, Florida.
Yeah.
You should have, but
Instead of Alaska.
or New Hampshire.
Yeah.
You know. Seemed like a good idea at the time.
Does anybody know how many red squares are on a standard checkerboard?
No, I always forget this.
Do you know how many are on normally just the black and the red?
50.
No, 64. It's an 8x8 board.
Oh,
so you divide that by
8x8.
2.
There you go, and you get 32.
Yeah,
Yay,
there we go.
we win.
I was hoping Steve was going to try to do some math there, but he just.
I'm going to
wasn't
try to
even doing
remember
it.
64. I always forget that because I haven't played checkers in years.
Yeah, that's not a board game that you're really going to get into, is it?
Because I played it so much as a kid. It's just like that Monopoly, Clue, Yahtzee, Uno.
Yeah. I still love Yahtzee. Yahtzee's a lot of fun.
Why don't you do like a retro night with your board game buds and go just go basic with like checkers?
Yeah.
And Connect Four.
Do you really love Yahtzee, Rev, still? I got to get you a game called Dice Throne. Then you would love it because they
But
call
it's
it
not Yahtzee.
But they say it's like Yahtzee fantasy style, but it plays just like Yahtzee. And, and if you
use
like
a
it, I
French
think you dig
tickler
it.
when you play it.
Yeah. I mean, that's what everybody calls it. They basically call it like
Yeah, but how
fantasy
many
Yahtzee.
extra rules are there to it?
Not a lot, really. And, and you like.
That's why you like Yahtzee. It's simple. Anyone
No,
can
I
play
forgot,
it. You don't
yeah.
need 300 years to explain all the rules.
Yeah, okay, then.
That's why. It's a good old school game.
He's getting old.
I get frustrated at a lot of new rules.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Steve. You won with 8 correct. Thank
That's
you.
right. Steve, would you come to my old school game night?
Yeah.
Really? You just don't want to come to the new school game night, huh?
No, I don't want to think when I'm playing games.
All right, fair enough.
I mean, the games you play, I watch some of those review videos that you guys do just out of curiosity. And I mean, I'm done after about 30 seconds of the explanation of the game. It's like, what the hell is this? Is this a game or is this like math or is this like a history class?
But
Like,
those are the heavy games that we would play. By the way, caller number 8, you're a winner. Just give us a call if you want those wrestling tickets. Caller number 8, 206-421-ROCK. Yeah, I wouldn't play games like that with you because as a host, you have to know the people you're working with.
Right.
If you're a party game kind of guy and like the old school,
Bring in Mousetrap. I'm in.
there's a lot of fun party games out there that you've never played but are not difficult to learn because it's the same thing. It's just as easy as learning Monopoly or easy as learning Uno or easy as learning Yahtzee. There's a game called Just One, which is really fun because all you do is that you give us a secret word and then we write down on a little righty thing and we have to not duplicate our own words. And then once we don't duplicate our own words, once we, if there's none, then you get to open your eyes and you look at our clues and try to guess the word that's in front of you.
Huh.
That's the game.
yeah.
How difficult is that? That's an easy game.
It just sounds stupid. It doesn't sound difficult.
It was fun.
I'm just kidding.
Unbelievable.
I'm just
I
kidding.
tried, Danny. I think the game's
did
for
you see
Steve.
Danny, his eyes were already in the back of his skull
Danny's-
while you were explaining it.
Yeah, no, not at all. He wasn't paying attention.
Oh,
Danny,
okay.
Danny played a game called Time's Up with us, him and his girl, and they had a blast.
Did I?
Yeah, you were at my house. Remember that game where you do charades and make clues?
Oh,
and
charades.
stuff?
I'm in for charades.
Dude, your girl loved that game.
Yeah.
I remember with games that people like.
All right.
I have a game called Draw What, which is Pictionary and charades, but filthy.
That's great. I like that.
It is filthy, filthy, filthy.
All right, fine. You can play that.
I'm down for Cranium. If you guys sculpt things with
Dude,
clay.
if you like Cranium, then that's an up level game. It's definitely one of the newer games. Granted, newer for you.
Yeah.
I mean, Cranium was a huge hit. What is it, like 20 years now for Cranium?
Someone says a game that I might like. It's called Making Bacon.
Is it really a game, or is that just
I don't know,
just having sex?
I'm sure it's a game.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like those silly ones. I mean, I go to game nights, but they're not like these super heavy.
What game nights do you go to? I didn't know you went to game nights.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but the ones like you play and then a piece of like pie goes in your face.
Oh, those kind of game nights.
Those kind of game
like
nights.
a hungry hippo kind of a thing.
Yeah, like we gotta like kind of balance something with a string or something stupid. Like, those are fun to me.
Yeah. I think there are games that you would like.
I like those sociable game night kind of things.
Yeah.
Where you can laugh. You don't have to be fully invested in the game that you're playing, and you don't have to overthink things.
Vicky calls them have her 2-liter bottle of alcohol game nights.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yes.
Yeah, and I have games like that too, Steve. I have no problem with games like that either, because you're right, because you don't want to think too much. It depends on the crowd. You have to know your crowd.
Right, but I understand that there's certain people like those.
Oh yeah, well we love our heavy games.
I was never a big fan of like Risk and those kind of games back in the day.
Yeah. And you're absolutely right.
Hungry Hippos now.
Yeah.
I'm all about it.
Yeah, there you go. And there are some real stupid games
Don't
out
break
there.
the ice.
And fun games like that, Steve. All right, well, maybe we'll have to have a regular... If Steve would game with us, if we did like a regular game night, maybe we'd have to do it. Vicky, you want to organize it? When you know what, Vicky?
Hey, this would be a lot of fun to do. Hey, Vicky, organize it all for
Yeah,
us.
I'm
together.
still sick. Sorry.
Yeah, Vicky will organize it.
Okay.
Vicky's close to, being a homeowner. I mean, she's
So let's
working
do
on
that at
it.
her new house.
Yeah, you guys want to drive to Marysville?
Well, that's tough for Steve. I would, because the outlets.
Oh, yeah, the outlet mall, the casino. We can go get dinner.
You had
first.
me at outlets.
Yeah. I mean, and then we'll go to
I like
Vicky's
that.
joint.
Get some sweet new Nikes.
Yeah. And you can stay at the hotel. I would stay at the Tulalip.
Damn, like now I got to spend money to play board night?
Well, I don't want to. I mean, Vicky, if it's a late night at Vicky's, I don't want to have to drive
I'll bring
home.
my air mattress.
Yeah, I have an air mattress, too. Oh, my God, it's a sleepover. Bring your onesies.
Oh, yeah, bring the pajamas.
Now she's excited. Now
I
we're doing a
bring Lulu?
sleepover.
Yeah.
Oh, you're bringing
I'm not
the dog?
allergic to. I'm
I'm
not
out.
allergic to her.
Can I bring Frank and Carl?
I'm allergic to Frank.
Come on.
No cats to a party.
You're going to bring Lulu. Why can't I bring Frank
Lulu
and
doesn't
Carl?
like Frank and Carl there.
Dogs are better than cats, period.
Rude. Yeah. Look, I have to say, my buddy has a dog, and she's huge, and I'm not a big dog fan, but she's really cool, and she's actually
Carl
friendly.
is really cool.
And so I'm like, I'm
Have you
always
seen his
happy with her.
Instagram account?
No.
If I wasn't allergic to Carl, then sure. But I am allergic.
Take some pills.
No, I'm already in enough pills
At your house.
at my house.
Yeah, what are you thinking not to let allergens in your own home, you
terrible
jerk?
What if he
host.
gets like a little bubble, like, the bubble boy?
my God.
bubble
Yes.
cat? A bubble cat.
Then yes.
Oh, okay. You know
Okay,
what?
yeah,
I am
I'm
going
getting
to a
on
party
Amazon
with
now.
Bubble Cat. I will go there.
Yeah.
Bubble cat would be the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Rev, please get Bubble Cat.
I need to. I'm
find it.
looking on. Yeah, I'm looking on Amazon right now.
Even I'm excited about Bubble Cat.
Rev, you bringing Bubble Cat with you?
Yeah.
Both of them.
Just because Bubble Cat would be pissed, like, are you really keeping me in this bubble? Just to see the piss face on Bubble Cat. Yeah,
I'm okay with this too.
Let's
Cat
do
in a
this.
bubble?
Yeah.
This is fantastic.
All right, these are great ideas. I love this. And you know what? Maybe the listeners have some great ideas. I'm going to turn the show over to them. You know why? Because I'm a giver. It is time for Listeners on the Loose. This is where you pick the topic. This is where you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Got your calls, got your texts at 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose, brought to you by Como 4 News. Listeners on the Loose, where you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Talk about whatever you want, man. You can go as far back as 20 years ago if you want to bring up a topic.
Baby.
Or bring up something new. I don't care. Listeners on the Loose. But do remember this. When you do your yapping, make sure you're interesting, man.
Otherwise, we're gonging you. And then we're going to have to say goodbye to you.
Goodbye, old friend.
Show some energy and bring it, baby.
That's what you got to do. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
We got a text message. Oh, man. Here we go. Nerd Talk.
Okay, here we go, buddy.
What do you guys think about the new Watchmen series coming to HBO?
I'm very excited about it. I like the movie. How about you, Rev?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
It's going to be a wait and see sort of thing. I thought that the movie was pretty good. in my opinion. I know a lot of people poo-pooed on it, but I really enjoyed it. So
It's a little long, I felt.
it was.
And I'm not talking about the blue guy.
Yeah.
Well, he was too.
Yeah.
You know,
It does deserve, I think, a series, though. It's tough to tell that story in a movie.
But the thing is it's not going to be the comic. It's going to be the further adventures.
Oh, really?
Was it the previously, right?
Yeah, it's one of those things where I think it's going to be those characters in that world before the events of the movie happen. So I haven't, to be perfectly honest, I haven't really been following that much because I haven't been really that excited about it.
Well, I know that they did a couple of years back, they did a comic series of each of the characters individually. So I'm wondering if it's going to be following those or not.
Well, either way, I like the characters. It was done by Alan Moore, the original, who I love the dude. He's always a cranky guy that doesn't like any movies that are made. He's the V for Vendetta guy.
I remember
the
that.
lead of Extraordinary
He hated
Gentlemen.
Watchmen, which was, it's funny because Watchmen for the most part was word for word from the book.
He just hates everything.
Yeah.
He's a British guy that just hates
No
everything.
wonder why you like him.
Yeah.
I do. I love Alan Moore. I really do. It's listeners on the loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Oh, someone wants to know, Migs, you got to ask Vicky that same question from yesterday.
What one was this?
Which one?
F, marry, kill. BJ, Danny, Rev. LOL.
Oh, wait a second. So she doesn't get to pick anybody of the three of us?
Well, yes, you have 3 picks because
Okay,
F,
so
marry, kill.
F, marry, or kill.
It has to be those three, not anybody on the show?
No, this is because this came from yesterday. Because BJ was mad that I picked.
Very mad.
I chose to kill him, and he wanted me to marry him. Like he was legit mad
Because I was going to give him an open relationship and not bother with him.
and he feels that he's similar to my wife, which is always weird that we had.
It's
this
really weird.
Yes.
As far as temperament goes, if he can live with his wife, he can
You
live
do
with
not
me.
have the temperament.
No,
She
not
is
at
the most
all.
chill
Like
person in
nothing
the world.
angers her.
Well, yeah, because
She never bitches about anything.
Now that I've had my therapy, I'm in really good shape.
The only thing you guys have in common is your desire to have things clean. That is about it.
That's it.
That is it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she does, and that's
that being
enough.
said, I
But you
like
were
his
just
wife.
bitching because a website's flipper banner was going too fast.
It's going way
you're like,
too fast.
It's going too fast. I don't understand. And you're
Way
upset
too
about
fast.
this.
I'm not upset, but they should fix it.
But you were complaining about it. That is nothing like
I wasn't
my wife.
complaining. I was
my
really
wife is like
helpfully-
the
I was-
chillest person you'll ever meet.
I was helping them. There was a helpful criticism, but it wasn't complaining.
So he was mad that I didn't choose to marry him because he feels that he's just like my wife. So
Just
why
like his
wouldn't I
wife.
want to marry him? Just so you know, my answers were I was going to kill BJ, screw Rev, marry Danny.
Yeah, I don't like
He's
that
a
either.
concert buddy.
Yeah, see, for me, I think I'd marry Rev because he's a nerd and have a bunch of
Nice.
nerd stuff in the house.
Wow.
Am I going to die again? Am I dying again?
I mean, and I know Danny and I have talked about some stuff, and I feel like him and I are kind of on the same level when it comes to
Sex?
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I feel like, if I had to, I'd screw Danny.
So I'm dead again.
And
dead
then you'd be
again.
dead.
I hate all of you. You understand? None of you would have jobs if you didn't know me, and you're going to kill me. I should just get rid of all of you.
I mean,
then.
I think we'd have jobs if we didn't know you. We wouldn't have this job,
Exactly.
but we'd have jobs.
figure
I'm
it
going to
out.
kill all of you career-wise.
It's
then.
not like I would be homeless if I didn't have you in my life,
I'm
BJ.
dead twice. Is what for the people that I work with and trust my career with. I'm dead twice.
Mind you, right before we had this conversation yesterday, BJ was talking about how he's lived a good life, and
Yeah.
if it's time for him to go, it's time for him to go.
Yeah.
And so I choose to let him go, and he gets upset about it.
It's not that you don't get to choose to let me
Yes,
go.
I do.
I get to jump in front, and that's if I'm going to die, it's going to be because I sacrifice myself. I don't want you guys to sacrifice
I
me.
like this text. Here we go again.
I'm dead again.
Everybody's going to kill you.
Does anybody on this show
Well,
want to keep me alive?
I can't ask the other room because they're your children. That's awkward.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I'm almost married to my daughter. She lives with me, and we get along.
I would hope that they would choose to kill you because the other two options are very weird for your kids to say.
Hey, I am ordained if you want to marry your
how crazy
daughter.
is that? How crazy our life that we live that it's better to murder somebody than to actually marry or have sex with them.
Yes, when
I
it comes
think
to father-daughter relationships, I think so.
Shouldn't murdering be the worst thing?
Well, I mean, it's all case by case.
Yeah, I mean, I get that Look, I'm not trying to say that I want to be like Jamie and Cersei. I'm just saying that I thought that murder was the worst thing, but I guess not. I guess so. Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Hey, someone says I'd blank you, BJ. No worries, you're hot AF.
Whoa! Thanks, man.
There you go.
I don't care if I'm blanked or married. I just don't want to die. I'm too old to die.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just shocked that you would go with
old to die.
marrying Rev.
Yeah, I mean, he
You
usually
understand-
does his own thing. He has his garage he hangs out in.
But you understand you
Pretty
have to
much.
have sex more than one time with Rev. That's the thing. With Danny,
No.
I mean, wouldn't you rather have sex?
I thought married people don't have sex.
That's what I tried to tell Steve, and he wouldn't marry me.
Exactly. So
Because I guess I live it differently.
yeah. So that's what I mean. That's the kind of we
So
have
Rev, guess
platonic
what?
marriage.
No more sex. No more sex. All right, see,
That's fine. She's into
All
weird
right.
stuff, so I'm
Yeah.
cool
That's
with
why
that.
I figured you'd marry me, Vicky. There's no way we'd have sex, and I would leave you alone because I'd be playing my board games. I'm
Well,
the easiest one to marry.
I mean,
You'd
I
never
feel
have to touch me or see me.
I feel like that's the same with Rev, except
No,
I
you'd
don't
have
have
to-
to listen to
He's
your
laying
mouth.
in the gears.
There you
man.
go. See, I'll be quiet. You just will never shut up. That's your
Unbelievable.
problem.
Yeah.
I'm not around. I mean, when you look at this
So it's just all
job, they
this
pay me
picture
to
from
speak.
BJ already sounds like a marriage. Kill him.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I'm protesting to stay alive. Sorry, I'm annoying you people.
Somebody says, Rev, if you were stranded on an island with Steve and BJ, who would you save and who would you eat when the food ran out?
Gosh.
God, I don't want to see Rev eating Steve.
See, and I don't know if I would want to eat BJ because if it's old and gamey.
That's true.
And
I get it.
Finally, I win.
Board gamey.
Oh yeah, I totally meant to do that.
Yeah, sure you did.
Absolutely.
I was just thinking the meat would be too tense. It would be
Yeah.
just too rough.
Right?
So he's saying you're like elk.
Yeah.
I don't care
But I
as
mean,
long
he's
as I
got enough
live.
fat in the middle,
Old
so if you
elk.
slow cook, it'll be fine.
Oh
Just
no!
roast it over
I
and
think
over
I would
fire.
have to
No,
roast
Vicky,
Steve.
don't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
eat Steve.
I think I would have to eat Steve.
I
That's
win.
cool.
I'm alive.
Steve sausage sounds pretty bomb.
Oh,
I appreciate that. You guys think I'm delicious.
Yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
say not me. I wouldn't eat you. I'd starve to death. I'm not going to eat you.
All right.
That's not one of the things that you do.
Well, he asked you. I'm not. I'm just sort of on the island, deciding, hoping I don't get eaten. I'm not actually making any. I haven't. You know what? I haven't made any decisions. All I've done is die and watch a guy eat my buddy.
All right.
That's all I'm saying.
We have a very important question.
Okay.
Guys, did you hear about Wendy's doing a new version of the Frosty?
Yeah, finally, something.
What is your opinion on this?
Now, see, I want this to be one of the options, okay? Kill Rev, kill Steve, or eat Wendy's Frosty's new Frosty. I'll do all three, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. Dude, they're revamping the Frosty, which I don't know if that's what people want or not, but it's the all-new Frosty cookie sundae topped with Ghirardelli chocolate sauce because they got to go with a fancy chocolate. And it's available at participating locations. I don't know if
always
anybody
love
in
that.
Seattle is participating.
I could do some homework and check on Puyallup today if you'd like.
Dude, there's nothing better.
See if they're participating. I always wonder about the stores that don't participate.
Yeah, like, what's your problem?
Right. Why? Way to be a non-team player.
So cookies and ice cream, which is a great like chocolate chip cookie ice cream. You know, that's
They're not. They're going to keep the normal Frosties though, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay,
they have. I mean, they have to have the Frosty to put on top of the cookies.
yeah,
so I
I
would
just
say,
like they're saying like I don't want this big old change because if I want something with cookies and stuff like that, I'll just go get a Blizzard.
I'd like to have.
Well, that's what they're trying to kind of compete with.
This is
yeah,
not a
but
Blizzard. This is more of a Sunday guy.
It looks delicious.
It looks good.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't get that often, but I would definitely want to try it.
Oh,
It
I would
looks-
get
it
that.
looks-
Oh yeah, you got to try it for science.
But I'll be honest, like the chocolate Frosty is the way to go. I'm not even a
Yeah.
chocolate ice cream guy. Typically, if 100% of the time, I'll always go vanilla over chocolate, except at Wendy's.
Yeah.
I tried their vanilla Frosty and it was okay, but the chocolate Frosty is just, I don't know what they sprinkle, maybe like crack or something like that in there, but it's
yeah.
delicious. And
Yeah.
you can't mess with that.
See, I'm exactly the opposite way of you. I will go get the vanilla
I'm
frosty.
starting to
over the
rethink this
chocolate.
marriage you and I are going to have.
No, because then we don't fight over the same one. We get our own.
I have never heard of anybody who likes the vanilla Frosty over the chocolate Frosty.
I didn't think that existed.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you, Steve. I don't know what it is about the chocolate Frosty. It's nuts. Maybe they do something like what McDonald's does with the Coca-Cola products, where they make it in some special way. But yeah, this is happening. It's a cookie sundae, Frosty cookie sundae. I'm willing to try it. I'm willing to have Wendy's deliver it to this radio station.
Oh, is that how it works? Is there Wendy's even near us here in Seattle?
No, that's the problem.
No, there isn't.
Yeah, Wendy's has a real estate issue, unfortunately.
Oh, no, they're doing just fine in Puyallup.
Oh, they're doing great in Tacoma.
Yeah, but if you check out all the McDonald's, that's the one thing. People always said McDonald's is not in the restaurant business. They're in the real estate business.
Yep.
They have prime locations. Like, they're everywhere that you just see them everywhere. Burger King tries to catch up, do the best they can. And then you got some of the other companies where, man, you see them, but... As a matter of fact, poor Wendy's, it looks like they lost their spot at the airport. They opened up some fancy foo-foo place, and the Wendy's is gone.
What?
Foo-foo.
I know.
That's always my spot when I can't get into anywhere else because, that's probably why they closed it. 'cause
Yeah,
the
that's
line was
probably
never
why.
very long there.
I don't know what's going on at SeaTac Airport, but they're getting a little too fancy for the... Come on, we're just regular people. Come on, SeaTac.
And there is a Wendy's in Seattle, but it's in Ballard.
Yeah, so I mean,
Gosh, it's
Ballard, we
It's
gotta
easier
go
to get
to
to
for the-
Puyallup.
it
Yeah.
really
There's
is.
not a Wendy's in downtown Seattle?
No,
There's
not
one in
at all.
Beacon Hill.
Yeah, there's not.
What
anyone.
really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Also, they just closed the Arby's on down in Soto, and I'm really upset.
Really?
About it. Yes.
Why? Because they just had H. John Benjamin. He's the new spokesperson. Archer. He's great.
I love it.
Someone says that we need to try a swirled Frosty.
Ooh. Oh, I
Chocolate
mean mixture
vanilla.
of both?
Yeah. Swirl it up.
I don't
baby.
understand how that would be good if you love the chocolate over the vanilla anyway. All you're doing is mixing a flavor you don't like as much with a flavor you do.
Well, when you say it like that, yeah, it's dumb.
Okay, good. Thank you. By the way,
I'm
Stephen, I
surprised
agree.
that they make a vanilla Frosty. I think it's relatively new, like maybe a year or so.
Oh, really?
I don't think it's been vanilla Frosties for a while.
I think it's been 2 because Lily started having them when she was 3 because she hates chocolate.
Oh, then I've never had a vanilla Frosty then. I thought this was something that was around. I just
No.
never ever got it because I wanted the chocolate.
No, it's relatively new.
Oh, I got to try it.
Yeah.
I mean, because
And
I
then
love
you'll think,
vanilla.
you know what? The chocolate's better.
Okay.
But it's worth trying. It's not like it's bad. It's just you just realize you wasted that opportunity to have a Frosty on a vanilla when you should have had the chocolate.
What's better, Danny, the vanilla Frosty or a Dairy Queen vanilla?
Oh, Dairy Queen vanilla.
Yeah.
Oh, then then I'll try the chocolate
Yeah,
Frosty.
it's not even close.
Yeah, see, then I'll go chocolate Frosty. Then I'm not gonna because Dairy Queen still rocks the house when it comes to vanilla. Yeah. All right. Anyway, this is fascinating conversation, I'm sure, especially if you like food, which we do. But you can change the topic. You can guide the show. It's Listeners on the Loose, 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We got more of your calls, more of your texts at 9:33 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Somebody wants to know what's Vicky's reaction to Endgame now that she's over crying for the past 5 days from Marty and Yellow.
Endgame!
Oh my God, it was fantastic. I don't understand anybody who hates on this movie. I really don't.
I finally did get a review from Joey Dees because he saw it yesterday. And come on in, Joey, without any spoilers. Because I felt a little peer pressure. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a really, really good movie, but I felt a little peer pressure because of the group I was with and everybody that I know. They just love the movie. And I'm like, I don't really love it. It's a good movie.
Endgame.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
I love how you are easily swayed with your opinion of movies. I've seen it happen where it's like you'll have an opinion, but then you'll talk to someone who doesn't like it, and then all of a sudden you'll stop liking it.
I will ponder it because what happens is what they'll do is they'll make me think of an initial reaction I had, but I change that reaction to go along with the group. And the group I was with loved it. Well, it's a subtle thing. It's more like, I think it's a human thing. I just want to I don't want to be excluded from the group, and the group loved it. Everybody loved it. But then I remember once I heard Joey Dees, I do remember thinking this. And so without any spoilers, Joey Dees
nuts.
We know Vicky loved it. We know Rev really, really loved it, and Vicky really, really loved it. You saw it?
I thought it was good. 7, 8 out of 10. Not as good as Infinity Wars. And
Really?
Steve, you're seeing it, right?
Yes, sir. I'm going to see it on Saturday.
I bet Steve will fall asleep in the first half hour of the movie.
I thought so too.
Dude, I'm going in the middle of the day.
I thought so too.
You really think it's that boring
The
for me?
first hour is not...
Snooze fest?
Yeah, if you don't... And especially if you don't know the characters.
Well, I know the characters. Hulk gets mad. Captain America's got a shield. Iron Man's got a suit of armor.
I don't want to spoil anything, Steve, but I'm
characters.
Here's the problem, Steve. I did
Wonder
say
Woman,
this.
she's got an invisible plane.
Wonder Woman does have an invisible plane, but she doesn't show up, unfortunately, because she's not in the Marvel Universe. But I did say this as a caveat last week. I said, if you're not as invested in these characters, super invested, you're not going to think the movie is that amazing. You'll think it's a good movie, but you won't think it's an amazing movie.
People are saying it's the perfect film, BJ.
Yeah, and it's not if you're not as invested in these characters, and I think that the Vickies and the Rev have to understand that at least.
And I am very invested in these characters, and there are a few little things, there are minor details where I'm like, well, I wish they would have done this instead, or they would have changed this up a little bit. But overall, I'm just going off of how did this movie make me feel. It's like when you watch a dumb comedy movie and critics are like, this movie's horrible, but you laughed and you had a good time. It made you feel good, so overall, to you, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
It made me feel good, so that's why I like the movie.
And I think, Joey, you make a really good point. It's a 3-hour movie. I think for some people who are not as invested in these characters, they could have cut out a half hour.
So the first hour, I really got to rely on that popcorn.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, and even the second hour, Steve, might be confusing for you because you haven't seen the other movies.
Oh,
I've
good
seen
point.
some of them. I saw Avenger Endgame.
I
saw Spider-Man.
No, you mean Avengers Infinity War.
That one.
Yeah.
I saw that one. I saw Aquaman.
Oh, see, Aquaman's perfect.
Yeah,
man.
you'll totally follow it. Did you see Doctor Strange?
No.
Did you see Spider-Man? Captain America: Civil War.
Yes.
Okay. Did you saw Spider-Man? All right.
Yes.
So you saw most of it. The Doctor Strange. Not seeing Doctor Strange. There's going to be a part of the movie that's going to mess you up in that way. Unfortunately, because you didn't see Doctor Strange.
It is on Netflix if you want to watch it.
I'm not going to get to it.
I didn't think so.
I say, but do you remember any of those movies? That's the question.
Danny.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's gonna
you
have
might have
trouble.
seen
You know the answer to this question.
Thank you. But that's like me. I saw Black Panther. I have no idea what happened in that movie.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I mean, guys won,
There's
guys
a guy named
lost.
Black Panther, and he's running
Veranda
around.
was the name of the place?
No, Wakanda. Very close.
Whatever.
Veranda is
Veronica?
I think veranda is something you sit under, don't you? Or sit on the veranda.
I feel pretty good about this. I think I'll be okay.
Yeah, no, you're in trouble, dude. I'm with Joey D's. I think you are going to fall asleep on the first part of this movie.
You think?
Yeah.
I fell asleep on the first part of this movie.
You did?
I pulled out my phone like 45 minutes into the movie.
play on
You
with
pulled
it?
out your
You
phone?
can't play with your phone in a theater.
To see how long it had been, because I'm like, I am
my
bored.
God.
I was actively bored for 45 minutes. Yeah. I was bored, and I loved the franchise.
You were bored.
I was bored.
This
I'm
is a
like,
hot
this
take,
is boring.
BJ.
I know.
Were you bored?
I wasn't bored, but I could see where he's going. I was watching this movie thinking like,
I think you're just swayed because it's your son.
no, I listen, guys, you're swayed because you just want to love it. I mean, it's 3 hours.
You get easily swayed, man.
But dude, it's a 3. Here's the thing.
But I didn't feel like it was 3 hours.
Yeah,
It really didn't for me.
I felt the first part, and I don't want to spoil it, but the first part, I'm like, hi, yeah, okay, fine. And then there was just a lot of yeah, okay, fines in this movie. It's still a good movie. I still enjoyed it. I also really, there were parts of the movie where I thought were really supposed to be powerful for as far as my investment into the characters. Those parts did not disappoint me, but I do believe some of the early stuff really we didn't need.
I feel though, like if we didn't have it would have felt rushed. It would have felt
a 3 hour movie. If it was 2.5 hours, I felt rushed.
I want 8 hours with this film, guys.
with the main point where they were going at to kind of do the thing. Without it, it would have just been like, oh, okay, here's what we're doing. Boom. And it would have just felt a little cheesy.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, Steve, you'll like the movie. You like Daredevil. LOL.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's one of the best.
Yeah. Look,
Daredevil.
And again, Daredevil's not in the movie. It's a good movie. I will probably own it. I will see it again. You still up for seeing it again next week?
I'll see it again. I'll give it one more try.
And I will too, because I want to make sure that
You're going to give another movie, a movie that you just said was boring, that you're going to give it another shot? Why do you hate yourself?
For punishment, Steve.
Right.
I don't know.
we're going to see it in 3D.
So
We'll
it's
see
not going to make it
3D.
better if it's a pile of crap in his eyes. Putting it so that the crowd gets closer to his face is going to make it better.
He didn't say it was a pile of
He
crap.
just said he was bored. It's a pile of crap.
Part of it. He still liked it.
The second half is a great payoff, and I thought they did a good job wrapping everything up.
Yeah,
but I think maybe 40X will save it. Who knows? Maybe we'll see it in that.
Yeah. I mean, look,
So it says first hour is boring, but it does not seem like a 3 hour movie, and I have back issues with sitting that long.
the editing, I feel like they could have edited out maybe 20 minutes, and it would have been fantastic.
I feel like that's the case with every movie.
And I
these
mean,
days.
the idea of things feeling rushed, I'm telling you right now, in our frenetic society, you watch any video, I mean, they switch scenes every second. I don't think rushing is a problem anymore. I really don't. But again, I understand why the Vickies and the Revs loved it, because they just love the characters. And so you will sit and watch stuff. And part of it, I was like, I don't really know if I care that much about you.
I will say this. There's one character that everyone will love, but if this character wasn't in the beginning of the movie, I guarantee you everyone would have hated it. It would have been
interesting.
terrible.
Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, Jar Jar was really good in the movie.
Because there's
I
some
agree with
comedic relief for the first hour from this character, and it's the only reason I thought that part was good.
Misa loved Jar Jar in that movie. Yeah.
Jeez, man.
Yeah. I'm not as harsh as Joey D's is about it, but I when he told me about it, I was like, if I'm being totally honest, I can't disagree.
Okay, and here's my question.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with the movie, just more the mindset that you have. Like, why would you fear not liking something in a group of people that like it? If they don't like it,
the tide.
I don't care about that. If my friends aren't going to stop being my friends because I don't like something that they like,
You're in a theater with a bunch of people.
Sure.
It wasn't intentional. It was subconscious. What I'm saying is that I thought I really, really loved the movie, but then as soon as Joey D said something, it triggered me to me in the first hour of the movie going, this is kind of, there's a particular scene with a particular character, and this character is supposed to really feel like the weight of the world. They're supposed to feel like the weight of the world is on their shoulders, and I'm going, I remember thinking, like, oh, really? Do I need to watch this? But then, I forgot that I felt that way at that part of the movie. And Joey D's totally reminded me. He goes, part of this movie was boring. And I'm like, oh, that's right. I remember I didn't like that one scene with that one character because I thought, I don't care. I mean, again, because, 3 hours is a long time. It really is. I think that 3 hours is a long damn time.
It's just because you can't hold your pee for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he is 70.
Yeah, come on, please. Help a brother out. And I'm not, it's still a good movie. I will own it. I'm not saying it's crap at all. I'm just, I feel
but
like...
you kind of you seem so wishy-washy with this. You're like, I kind of liked it, but I didn't like it. I'll own it, but, it's not that good.
I didn't say it wasn't that good. I said they could have trimmed 20 minutes out of it and it would have been a fantastic movie. It would have been, to me, in my eyes, it would have been as great as everybody says it is. I think that the critics, for me, it's not as good as the critics and the users say. I'm like, Joe, I give it an 8. I wouldn't give it a 10. I give it an 8, which
I thought Rotten Tomatoes is the be-all, end-all for you, BJ.
No, not at all. Stevie Tomatoes is my
Thank you.
Yeah, that's my
I know you guys were all waiting for Saturday's review.
Yeah,
I am actually really excited to hear what you think about it.
I remember my password to Steve Tomatoes.
Yeah, Steve, I honestly, I know what you're going to say.
What do you think I'm going to say?
Oh, you're going to say that movie was so boring. I know you're going to say it. I've been afraid for you to see it for that reason because I know you're going to say, "Oh my God, seriously, people."
Well, hopefully it's better than Drunk Parents. We tried renting that.
Drunk Parents?
It's a freaking Alec Baldwin movie. It's on demand.
Dude, why are you renting these movies nobody's ever heard of?
Because they're available.
Jesus. God dang.
Oh, yeah, it actually was a movie.
You guys really are like the trash. There's so much good television out there. What the hell's wrong with you two?
Rotten Tomatoes didn't even review it, but the audience, 5% liked it.
IMDb gave it a 3.5 out of 10.
Salma Hayek.
I'll be honest, we lasted 10 minutes. My wife fell asleep, and I didn't even bother bringing it up the next day and saying, hey, we should continue watching this, because I kept going for another 10 minutes. I'm like, this is a pile.
So you guys are...
There's good actors in it. Joe Manganiello, Salma Hayek, Jim Gaffigan, Alec Baldwin.
I feel like they all owed the director a favor.
Yeah.
Right.
Because this movie is just, it sucked.
Alec
Baldwin suck.
Yeah, Alec Baldwin right now is not exactly on the top of his game. Jim Gaffigan is decent, no doubt about it, but, every once in a while he'll be in a bad movie.
One of the critic reviews on Rotten Tomatoes is the director is a dreadful screenwriter and an abysmal director, and while I'm sure he's a nice enough guy, Drunk Parents is an additional stain on an already blackened resume.
Oh, wow. So, he hasn't done good stuff before?
No, apparently not.
And he still gets jobs.
I
guess everybody needs to make a movie.
Fred Wolf? I've never even heard. Who's Fred Wolf, the director? What he's done.
Fred.
He did that.
He did Grown Ups 2. That was good.
No, Grown Ups 2 was not good.
He did the House Bunny.
He did House Bunny. We liked that one.
House Bunny was okay.
Black Sheep. He was a writer.
How was Black Sheep? Did we like that movie?
I don't remember.
That was with Chris Farley and
David Spade. That was good.
Oh, I love
was
that
Black
movie.
Sheep? Was it good?
28% on Rotten Tomatoes, but 70% of the audience loved it.
Okay.
Joe Dirt. He was a part of that. He was a writer.
Okay, never mind.
He was more of a writer.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, Joe Dirt said.
Joe Dirt was awesome.
That was like the
bite your tongue.
I know a lot of people love Joe Dirt, and I'm kind of like,
Well, if enough of us say we love it, you'll probably start liking it.
Yeah, right.
True.
Yeah. Oh, I love that movie. I thought it was great.
You don't understand when you're in a theater with a bunch of people and everybody and his brother loved it.
No, none of us have never been in a theater with people.
I understand having my own opinions, bro.
Whatever. You are a guy that if anybody doesn't like what you like, you do give them grief.
Yeah, because they're idiots.
Okay, I think I've proven my point why I'd like to keep my mouth shut. And I also don't want to be the guy to ruin it. Everybody was looking so forward to the movie. I'm not going to say what I hated about the movie.
But that's the fun part of going to something with a group of people. Then you have a fun, spirited conversation after the fact.
Oh, yeah. People hate me anyway. My conversations. Right. I did like it. The thing is, by the end of the movie, I really liked it. That was the problem with it. That's the problem with Avengers Endgame.
Do you think that the boring part was necessary in order for the ending part to be fantastic?
I feel like a majority of it was. But, Steve, again, you're talking at least 90 minutes of nothing.
90 minutes now.
Would you say, Joey D's, those 90 minutes of there was some funny stuff in the 90 minutes.
Nah,
but as far as
those goalposts, man.
What about, what you think, the action.
Rev's using a sports relay.
What action happened in 90 minutes? There wasn't any action in 90 minutes, but there was a lot of fun stuff, a lot of build-up, a lot of cool stuff. But there was no action for the first 90.
But I like foreplay in my adult films. I'm okay
90
with this.
minutes?
Well, if it's a good enough story.
I know, there were a few moments in those first 90 minutes that I was tearing up. Where it was hitting
Oh, there you
hard.
go, Steve. That you're going to have emotions. And you know what? No action, but emotions.
Well, I love
Congratulations.
crying in my popcorn. So
By the
this is
way,
gonna be fun.
look at Steve. You are sticking up for this movie when you fall asleep and everything, and you got 90 minutes to sit through.
Look, man, I just dropped like almost $50 for these tickets.
Oh, you're trying to
I
be
want to
okay.
make sure I'm going into this in a good mindset.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to go in expecting it's going to suck.
It's a great movie. It's not. It doesn't suck. It's just they could have trimmed it. That's all I'm saying. All right. It's a good movie. I mean, it is a good movie. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. All right, here's a question for you.
Rev's going to kill you.
I know he is because I didn't give it a 12 out of 10.
Yeah.
What do Ryan Castle and burglary have in common? I'm going to tell you at 9:49.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. He's the drunk in charge. Now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and burglary have in common?
I like hamburgers.
The Hamburglar?
Oh, I get it. I get it. He burgled it.
I used to work at a McDonald's. I worked at 2 McDonald's, as a matter of fact.
Oh, man. I never ever did.
Yeah. One up on 128th in Everett, which is still there, and one over in beautiful Yakima, Washington.
Did you get to make people Sundays?
Yeah, when it worked. When the ice cream machine worked.
So what was your tactic when it came to the hot fudge with the Sundays?
Depends on if I was making it for me or for somebody else. Usually a little bit on the bottom and then the rest on top.
That's so good. I like to hear that.
Oh, yeah?
Well, sometimes people just put just a little on the top, and you're like, well, what the heck, man?
That's weak. Yeah. I'm sure that's not company policy, though.
Yeah.
I'm glad that. Thank you for answering that question. Sorry, BJ.
No, that's quite all right.
One person said they both leave you victimized.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Backdoor entry. Got texted in a few times.
Oh, did that really? Okay.
Kick in that back door.
Wow. Well, we got Amber. She's 33. Called in a fake burglary at her home in Alabama. Why? Because she thought her husband was cheating on her, which he was. And, they found drugs in her 5-year-old kid's bedroom, and that's probably not a good idea to call the cops to help you out if you got some bad stuff going on.
Awful young to be doing drugs also.
The 5-year-old was doing the drugs.
No, they were in the... Okay, Ryan Castle, he's a genius. He's up next with a 12-pack.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
You look like you were 10 when you said that. We're going to get whipped cream in a cup.
Sounds like Danny enjoyed it as well.
I do, yeah.
Yeah, but Danny didn't have that look on his face like you did.
Look, it's the simple things in my life that make me happy, BJ.
All right, I got to ask. When you guys have whipped cream in the house, do you always do, like, the designated squirt in the mouth?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, you have
Okay.
to.
What are we
I
talking
feel like
about?
it's a rule.
You don't want to open up and just squirt it?
What are we talking about?
Whipped cream.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you got to shake it a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you always have to shake.
Yeah.
You get it stiff.
Again? Yeah.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. If I call Travis, will I actually see him or someone who works for him?
Absolutely. When you come in to see my office, when you first call in, my staff will try to help you with any basic questions that you have. I can give you a call back, but they'll usually try to schedule you for a free consultation with me, the attorney, and I'll meet with you personally. We'll talk about the basics of your case, and I'll take you through a question and answer session an interview that usually lasts about 30 minutes. We'll get the basics of your financial situation. I can answer your questions, and we can talk about whether bankruptcy makes sense, your non-bankruptcy options, and how bankruptcy could affect you, what the process is.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.